So I think the biggest thing that I see with service members when they're coming out of the service is they're not prepared. And I say that because they're not taking a long-term view of their career and saying, maybe 6 months out, I should be planning what I'm going to do next. I think number one, you've got to find out what you're passionate about and find out if you can relate the skills that you learned in the military into that passion. Find out all that you can about the role that you'd like to go into. Take the time to network with people, spend time and read books on preparing your resume. I can't tell you how many resumes that I see, and I just, as I talk to these soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen that I talk to in the normal course of doing my business, I say, your resume needs some work, because unfortunately our transition programs in the military don't do a good job of showing them how to write that resume and even explain to them the application process that so often exists in large public companies. So the first thing is, like they tell you, the one-page resume, I believe it is very important. I think that when your career surpasses a certain point, if you're a senior officer or a senior non-commissioned officer, you're going to need a two-page resume. But anything beyond two, as soon as you start talking about knowledge, skills, and abilities and doing that government format resume, I'm sorry, but employers aren't looking at it. No military jargon on the resume. So the translating those military skills into civilian skills is very important. Drilling down on the leadership, the management, the technical skills that they may have learned that might be unusual. And something that I often find our service members fail to do, which I'm very surprised, is highlight the medals and military decorations that they received. Now, a civilian may not know the difference between a Navy Achievement Medal and an Army Commendation Medal, but nonetheless, they will see that somebody was awarded, these particular medals or decorations, and there has to be a story behind it. And last but not least, a lot of times, even our young soldier sailors, airmen, Marines, they'll do a very good job of just describing the job that they did using the standard, government format, Department of Defense description of their job. But really what we're interested in, I think all civilian employers are interested in, is the highlights of that time that you spent. Did you receive an award? Did the commander give you a coin? Were you put in charge of something that was a level or two above your normal rank? Did you have anything that you did that you really want to highlight? Because one thing about a resume, and this is my recruiting style, this isn't necessarily going to be everybody's, but I like a resume to tell a story, and I like for it to be the framework that we have a conversation about. So if I just see that you did this particular job and you've got this run-of-the-mill description, okay, we could probably pull something out of it. But if I see a highlight, I'm going to talk to you about it. And we're going to get a much better idea of who you are and what you can bring to the table with our company. And that's a great starting point.